Hello everyone, Lyle here from West Tennessee Gold and Silver Exchange, and today the biggest collection I have ever seen has walked into the store. I'll tell you all about it. Hello everyone, my name is Lyle and I own West Tennessee Gold and Silver Exchange here in Savannah, Tennessee. I do a lot of videos of all of the cool collections that come into the store, a lot of unboxing videos, a lot of other coin related content. So if you love coins, you'll love this channel. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and you can stay up to date on all of the cool things that come into my very small coin shop. And I'm a little excited today because I got a nice little story to tell you. Plus, I got a lot of cool stuff to show you. I don't have much time with this stuff. Let me get right to it. About a few weeks ago, I had a guy call me and say, hey, would you be interested in looking at this collection for me? And I said, sure, I'd be more than happy to. And he said it was fairly large, and he says he's buying it from somebody. And I said, okay, sure, I can definitely look at it, see if you have anything good in there, and then you guys can make your transaction. And if he ever decides to sell it, I'll be, first in line for him to sell it to. So that was a good agreement. He said he'll pay me too for looking at this collection. And I said, okay, sure, no problem. Just bring it on in, and I'd be more than happy to take a look. And he tells me there's a lot of it. And I said, okay, that's fine. I mean, we can sit down for an hour or two. He said, no, it's probably gonna take days. And I was like, holy smokes, days? And he said, yeah. So he came in. I met him, and he said he was buying this huge collection from somebody. And he came in with 5-gallon buckets full of coins. And I'm talking like he came in with, I think that day he came in with 6 5-gallon buckets that were full of just random stuff. Thousands and thousands of peace dollars, thousands and thousands of Morgans, thousands of 90% silver. Like, honestly, this collection is probably going to cost them somewhere in the $50,000 to $60,000 range, maybe even higher, maybe even a lot higher, to tell you the truth, with how much stuff is there. He told me he's buying it all as just silver, and he just needs to know how much silver is really there, and if he has any good good numismatic coins. And I was like, wow, you're buying all of that just for silver? That's kind of crazy. So I don't know what kind of agreement they have. But yeah, I mean, it's none of my business. The only thing I was hired to do was to look at these coins and weigh them and evaluate how much ounces of silver, pure silver, is actually there. But as I was looking through this collection, it got to the point where I was just looking at stuff, and it was all just common. It was a ton of 1921 Morgan silver dollars, and it was like 22 peace dollars. It was a lot of just regular random stuff. So yeah, there was a ton of stuff, and I told him this looks like the type of a collection where the collector knew what he had. I'm pretty sure the person that had this collection has passed away, and he's dealing with the heirs. And I said there's gonna be a bucket that's gonna have all of the good stuff in it. There's no way that this guy has this big of a collection, and a good 95% of it is all just common stuff. And sure enough, he walked in yesterday with a bucket that had a lot of good stuff in it. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I thought. There was going to be a bucket. And I said, you know what? I don't know if I can weigh this out for you and just do it regular, because this might be some good stuff in here. So if he was fine with it, just leave it with me. I'll take a few hours in the morning. I'll look through most of it and kind of see what's really there. And there was a lot of stuff like in little containers, like this one right here that I already emptied. I already looked through it. And I wasn't planning on doing a video about this. I was just planning on just doing the normal stuff that I do for him, and then have him be on his way. But since I have this collection here, I might as well do a quick video, even though this stuff's really not going to be in the store unless he decides to sell it to me. And I'm trying to convince him and saying, hey, I'll trade you the silver, and you give me these coins, I'll trade you silver. Because all he wants is the silver, and I said, I'll give you a couple 100-ounce bars for a good portion of this collection. So I might end up with it. He's a very nice guy, very nice old man that we've been talking back and forth. We kind of became, good buddies, really. So, yeah, let me show you some of the stuff that he walked in with yesterday. So he walked in with a lot of stuff like this. Like, this thing right here, this international folder, and just tons and tons of Morgans that I need to look through to see if there's any good key dates in here. Some of them are in great shape. These are all 1800s. These are 1921s right there. That one's a 1881, 1883. So he came in with this notebook, and he came in with, like, of course, the one I just showed you. This other one that's already been emptied. I've already went through a good portion of them. But just to kind of show you guys how much was really there, check this out. Here's one of those bags. Here's the little bag that I was working on that has a lot of regular Morgans in it. And I misplaced it. Where'd it go? Hold on, guys. And here it is. All Morgans, guys. All Morgans. Like 84 ounces of silver right here of just 90% Morgans that I've already looked through and weighed out. So I've been extremely busy for the past couple of weeks as he's coming, because honestly, when he comes in, the whole day is basically just devoted to this, and he does pay me for it. So I am making a few bucks out of it, so that's good. But let me show you this, because I don't want this video to go too long, because honestly, with how much stuff is here, we can honestly look through this collection and we can be here for days. But he did come in with these. Check this out. I haven't had one of these come into the store yet. You guys know what that is, right? That is the Carson Cities right here. This is a 1884 Carson City. Still has the box. Still has the COA. Really nice, guys. So that is the 84. Here's a look at the certificate right there. So we got that one. These are going to be more of the common Carson Cities. Even though they are Carson Cities, there are common ones. The ones that aren't too expensive. I mean, it's not like it's a 85 Carson City or a 93 Carson City. This is the 84 right there. And I think there was also 83. Here's another 84. These guys right here are pretty pennies. I think I saw somebody selling some of these, and they were asking like $250, something like that is what they were asking for. Let me see where the other one is, because I know there was a 83 as well. I think this is probably the yeah, that's the 83 right there. So really nice. Still has the box. Still has everything. That was in the bucket and just sitting in there. And I was like, let me see those. And of course, I didn't really tell them that those were the better ones. I did tell them that whole bucket is probably going to be a lot of good stuff. I did go through it all, and a lot of it just looked like the collectors, who I'm talking about, was putting everything in order, because all of the Morgans were like by year in order, and a lot of them were pretty rough. They weren't in the best condition. They were, you know, most of them were coals. But even some of the older dates in the coals can be worth some money. But let me show you some of the other cool stuff that I found in there. Here's the Columbian Expo right here, the half. This is a 1893. This one looks like it's been polished, clean. Usually when I get these types of coins, they're not as shiny as this one is. But at one point, $17.50 is what they were asking for it. And this is a coin I've never seen before. Here's the Monroe coin. I've never seen this one. This is a 1923 S Monroe Adams. That's a nice commemorative coin that I haven't seen. I have seen the Stone Mountain, which he actually has one right here. Here's the Stone Mountain. And this was all in those little containers that I knew was going to be some of the cooler stuff in there. Here's another Stone Mountain right here. Had two of those in there. And again, guys, I don't own this collection. This collection is not mine. I'm just showing it to you guys because I'm looking through it, and I have a lot of the stuff here. Here's an 1827 bust half. And this one is the one with the squiggly 2. It doesn't have that straight 2. So this is that variety. And what else was there? He had this 1907D Barber half in there, which is definitely a coal. It's got a huge chunk missing out of it right there. You can see that. Got some more missing out of here. So yeah, a lot of the stuff actually was in pretty rough shape, because then this was in there too. And that honestly just silver. It's a seeded half. Not sure what year. It's really hard to tell, really hard to see, but that's just 90% silver right there. Not really good. Here's another seeded. It's one of the more common ones, 1854 O. It's one of the more common ones. I've seen these seeded halves numerous times before. And then there was this 1936 Walking Liberty half, which I don't know why that was really in there. Like, it was something important. Like, when I'm looking at collections, it's really hard for me to tell what the person was actually doing. But sometimes I can tell, sometimes I can't. And a lot of the stuff that he had in there was all just random. Maybe it was stuff he never got to. But then he had a whole section of stuff like this. Move out of my way. Here's some peace dollars, 1922D. I think these are all actually going to be 22s, but they're all going to be in different conditions. This one looks like it's been heavily polished. So definitely fun looking through this collection. Unfortunately, I'm not buying it at the moment. Hopefully he decides to trade it all in, and I'd be more than happy to give him some silver, maybe a couple of extra ounces on top of it. This one looks like the in God is, let me move my finger, there we go. The N on the in is completely gone. You can kind of see the I right there. And then the G is really weak. OD. And then we. And this one is a D. There's another one. Now the 22 is pretty common, even in really good shape. The 22 and the 23. Yeah, here's a 23 that is in really good shape. Definitely MS. But even a MS 1923 is really not worth that much. I think in a MS 63, it's about 60, 70 bucks. So not a very expensive coin, but still really cool. Here's another one, 1923, again in really good condition. He probably had a whole roll of them, because this one is also in pretty good condition. Definitely MS, another MS it looks like. And we're back to the polished 23, and then here's one of the coals that I was mentioning, but there was a lot of these in there that were pretty rough, that were in flips. And honestly, it was thousands and thousands of Morgans and peace dollars that was in that collection, guys. There was also some cool stuff too that I already gave him. He had a gosh, what did he have? I don't remember, but there was something that when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. He did have a 1893. He had a couple of those in there that I gave them to him, and I said, here, these are pretty good ones, and they were just mixed in with a bunch of the Morgans that I already looked at. So it's crazy looking at this stuff, guys. I'm really excited that I get to keep looking at it. There's another notebook here. This one, I think, just has a bunch of peace dollars in it, like the 22s. I'll definitely look at those. I highly doubt there'll be a high relief in here. That would be a major find if this collector had a 92 high relief or a 22 high relief. and he just put it in with the regular one, so nobody would think that it was a really good coin. But yeah, looking at this stuff is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, guys. I really wish I could spend some more time with this collection, but he's gonna come back later today with the final buckets. He says he's got just a few more buckets left, and then I will finally be done with that. And hopefully, I'm really hoping that by the time I'm done, he'll pay the other guy off, and then he'll come back in and say, yeah, let me trade some of this in for some huge bars of silver, or maybe even some ounces of gold. We'll definitely haggle. He had other stuff in there too, like this special set, special mint. I'm not sure what year this one is. Not very expensive stuff. Here's a 66. The only one right there is a 40% silver. There was a lot of 40% in that collection too. One of the last batches that we did was over 500 ounces of silver, of pure silver. And here's a 67. It's really easy to kind of calculate. It takes about 10 full weight silver dollars to make 10 ounces of pure silver. So keep that in mind. It takes 13 to make 10. So every 13 of those will make 10 ounces of silver. Give or take. As it's a little bit more than 10 ounces, but as you keep going, I think you have to get all the way up to over 100 ounces before it makes one additional one. So you kind of have to compensate for all of that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to keep looking at this collection. I really wish I can... Whoa, dropping stuff. Oh, here's this one right here that I wasn't sure, but it's a 19020, which is a common. It says uncirculated, off-center strike. I did look at it, and I was like, I don't see an off-center strike. So let me show it to you guys real quick. Do you guys see an off-center strike on this one? Here is the obverse, the reverse. So, I don't know. I don't know. But all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I still need a little bit more time to get caught up, guys. It is Thursday today. I'm releasing this video today as kind of a hello, because I haven't been around. I've been doing a lot of stuff like this. I had another person that came in with a huge collection, not as big as this one. I would say probably about a third of the size that came in. Huge notebooks of lots of half dollars, lots of dimes, a lot of good stuff in there. That's going to take me a lot of time to do that type of video. So I'm going to keep trucking along, guys. Oh, yeah, there's more stuff. Like, here's this right here. This 64 mint set. Here's some Ikes that were in that bucket. We got a 68 mint, a 69 mint set. So we got a lot of good stuff in this collection. I'm going to keep trucking along. He's going to be here in a few hours. I'm going to try to finish this up, guys. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and maybe one day this collection will be mine and I can sell it to you guys. Until then, I'll see you next time. Have a good day.